Um, how did you feel about the verses between Jeezy and Gucci Man?
I mean, to be honest with you, originally I felt the way because I felt like, Jeezy had let Pookie had let Gucci disrespect him, and that bothered me because I was still in a street mind state. You see what I'm saying? That evolution process hadn't kicked in yet. So I felt the way, and I felt like the homie didn't handle that correctly at that time. Now, in hindsight, yeah. As we fast forward in time, and I'm now able to understand the ingenuity, the impact, the influence that both of these guys have over generations. It makes perfect sense. And if Jeezy would have handled that situation any other way other than the way he handled it, then he would be responsible for other people losing their lives. You get what I'm saying?
Real talk, bro. I'm glad you saw it that way. You know what I'm saying? Because that verse has saved some lives, bro.
Yeah, that verse has saved lives, man. And I really applaud Jeezy for the way he was able to swallow those pills. You know what I'm saying? Like he was able to take that and keep it moving because he understand that the brother is a wise man, and he understand that this is bigger than him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The he do influences other people to act in certain ways, and so in order for you to be, check this out, right? Let's be real, right? Jeezy has made the crossover, has made the transition to corporate America. He hang around guys like, from time to time, like Barack Obama. He hang around Keisha Lance Bottoms, the former Atlanta mayor. Yeah. He hang around politicians. So how can a brother that hang around politicians be out here promoting violence and stupidity? That means he won't have no influence. These people don't want to sit at the table with no motherfucker that's saying, oh, yeah, we going to slide about that, or we going to go about that, or yeah, it's war. Nah, they want to sit at the table with wise men, with men who they know have reformed, with people who can make a change with their influence, understand the power and influence that they have, and that can actually make a change. That way they'll take him serious. Just think, okay, if he proclaimed to be this killer and want to be sliding, then he can't go to sit down with Joe Biden and talk about, get my brother out of jail. This man gonna be like, man, I can't be associated with you. You was a killer. What if I'm a president? What if I look like being associated with a motherfucker out here that's promoting genocide, that's promoting violence, and we, the law that make the law to try to quell and reduce the violence. So the move that Jeezy made at the verses, and I'm glad Gucci responded the way he did because it forced, Jeezy to show and prove. Are you really living like that? It was a test. It was a test all the way around the board. And the way Jeezy responded to that was beautiful because a lot of other people saw that. And a lot of other people who go through issues or maybe beefing with somebody, you know what I'm saying? They going to take the Jeezy example and say, you know what, man? I ain't on this old dumb ass. I ain't on this stupid. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a boss. I got a family to protect. I got a family to go home to. I got generations to influence in a righteous way. Because like I said, at the end of the day, when we all leave here, you got to be able to ask yourself, damn, what type of contribution did you provide to, what kind of positive impact did you have or do you have? You know what I'm saying? On your environment, on your community, on the world. And that example alone shows that Jeezy has matured. And you got to think like, nigga, got to change.
Yeah.
You can't always be the same.
Yeah.
If I'm the same that I was 20 years ago, then I'm not living. I'm not learning. I'm not progressing. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If Jeezy was still on the same he was on 20 years ago with Gucci, then what have he learned? How have he evolved? And it's all about evolution. Because let me tell you some real. The example that Jeezy set with Gucci, even Gucci himself came back and said, you know what, man, I really respect that. And it made Gucci even grow up himself. It made Gucci evolve. And it's such a beautiful story, and I'm not glad that Pookie Loc lost his life in the midst of this situation. And I want to make that clear because the brother have family and he have people that look up to him, and overall he's a black man.
Yes, sir.
So I hate that happened for him. So condolences to his family. However, outside of that, I'm glad that these brothers experienced that. You know why? Because now these brothers getting on the same stages together. And it shows in the hip hop community that beef don't always have to end like Pac and Biggie ended.
Come on, man.
These two brothers show that you can have a problem with a brother, but you can outgrow that problem. And now we can get together, shake hands, and although we may not be best friends, we still can get this money together and we can influence the generation in a positive direction together.
There it is. That might be too real for a lot of y'all. It might be too real for a lot of them, Gold.
Yeah.
It might be too real for a lot of them.